Roger worked with Dave Smith of Dave Smith Instruments on a special drum machine called the Tempest, which that came out in 2012.
Yeah, actually, I think it's now 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, so yeah, it must have been 2012. Yeah.
Okay, how did that go? How was it to work with a synth guy to make a drum machine?
Well, it was actually great. I've known Dave for 35 years, and at one point we decided that you know, he is Mr. Analog Synthesizer, and I am Mr. Drum Machine, so that we would get together and make an analog drum machine. And it worked out very, very nicely because the synth part was his stuff, and you know, he's refined his analog voice to just be perfect. And then my end was all the interaction of the drum machine. And I wanted to bring some new ideas to make it more of a real-time musical instrument for drum machine players. And so I think it worked out to be a very nice project. There was always some push and pull going on because we're both entrepreneurs, and we want to do things our own way. But ultimately it worked out, and I think that the bit of that push and pull made it a better product because we pushed each other to a higher place. And I'm very proud of it. I think it's marvelous. It really does a lot of stuff, and it's very real time. And I was very pleased to see that when we first put it out in the hands of some musicians, that all the videos they sent back were of real-time performance and not of offline editing, which is what the MPC was really better at. Was more of an offline production tool, whereas Tempest is more of a live performance because you can do everything, almost everything, without ever stopping play.
There was a time that you were working on the Linn Drum 2.
Oh, yeah, well, originally when I was making Tempest, we thought at one point, wouldn't it be great if it did all the functions of a drum machine like the MPC and the functions of a analog drum machine as well, but then that was too expensive a product, and so we decided we'd just make one that really works better for analog synthesis. Well, it still is a great drum machine and has samples. And then at one point I would come out with a drum machine that's more based around samples. And ultimately I just got sidetracked with Instrument because I was more interested in that at the time. And actually Instrument is just about the best drum machine you can get, and I'm happy to give you a demo of that. Okay. But people don't quite realize it, and I think a lot of people want a drum machine to be a certain thing with 4x4 pads instead of the 200 pads on the Instrument, and they want it to be a certain form factor. But I've got a great video online that I call it Instrument as 3D expressive beatbox. Oh, okay. That works out very nicely. Cool. But it's an incredible drum machine. We can give that link, and readers of Megasynth can just dial in and see it that way. That is true. If you go to rogerlinndesign.com and then under the picture of the Instrument on the front page, you'll see a little videos tab, and it'll be right up there front in the Rogers videos. Okay, tab. Great. So does that mean there won't be a Linn Drum 2? No, I may make, I'm still planning to make another drum machine, but my company is tiny. I like to keep it small. It's basically just me and a few people helping me out on occasion, with everything that is busy work subcontracted out. So I tend to work on one thing at a time, in the same way that a musician might make one album at a time, you know. He doesn't make 3 albums at once, one for this type of person, one for this one, and he just makes one that he's passionate about at the time. And that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm sort of making music products like a musician makes music. That's great. Yeah. That's great.